Hi, honey. How are you?
Well, Sweet Pea, how are
Yes,
you today?
good. So for the next 100 episodes, I'm just going to start very sultry. I decided very low in my voice and just ask you, may I lick your butt?
And my answer will always be absolutely.
Shit. You know what? I knew I lost that bet as soon as made it. How you doing, pal? I'm
Oh,
actually going to do that. Yeah.
I,
Or lick your butt or ask.
I'm just waiting for a good ass licking.
I know a guy. His name's Dr. Hello Kitty.
Yeah, but he always tries to sell me a hubcap.
Yeah, it's plastic.
I need a metal one. How are you doing, pal? Oh, we've lost him. There he is.
No,
He's
I'm
back.
good. I had to pick up this thing who hasn't seen me in a week.
Ah,
Good
yes.
dog. He won't leave me alone unless I put him in the lap. Well, I just got back from the Great White North.
Where
Was at a wedding in Canada on Vancouver Island.
because you had to run from the police.
Correct. And I decided that they wouldn't track me down in the middle of fucking nowhere on Vancouver Island. So if you want to be real embarrassed, go to a wedding where you only know three people, the groom and two of your buddies, when you are missing a tooth and you're tired and you're half drunk. If you want to be like, I'm a piece of garbage, then just do that. It'll make you feel really bad about yourself, and you get to explain a lot. And the limp didn't help either. I am a garbage person currently.
Oh my God, who is that? Did he fall on hard times?
Yeah, I feel like I wasted the $40 on the haircut and the beard trim. You're not presentable. You got 6 more months before you're presentable, pal. Yikes.
Yeah.
The visible stitches in your gums are a little off-putting when you smile. I'm like, yeah, probably.
Let's try to shine up this turd.
Can't do it.
Nope.
Can't do it.
You can't do it.
And because Alaska Airlines, by the way, if you
can lacquer it, you can lacquer a turd.
On the way back, Alaska Airlines are garbage people. They're running their company completely incorrectly, and I understand that airlines are having a hard time, but they changed my flight 3 times with very little notice. They say, hey, by the way, the one that you wanted to do is no longer there. By the time I finally got to said airport, they canceled it, and then an hour later they sent me a text saying, oh, by the way, ignore that cancellation notice, we fucked up. So I find the gate, which they changed twice, which is on opposite ends of the fucking airport in Seattle. And the sign says we're going to Houston, but my layover was in Dallas, so I had to wait in line to go up to the front. Tired, toothless. Ma'am, are we going to Dallas? Yes. Why does that say Houston? She looked at me just as tired as I looked at her and says, I don't know. Are you positive? I am positive. Well, 95% is what she said. I'm like, holy shit. I've never had somebody say I'm not 100% sure we're going to the city that you paid for. So I rolled the dice and we did that. It took me 24 hours. I had to do a train or a car to a boat, to a car to a plane, to another country, to another state, to a plane, to a car to get home. I understand this is first world problems. I did not get shelled or shot at today.
Sure, yeah. But still.
So, I get it.
Still
I'm bitching about nothing. Yeah. I have all of my limbs and nobody has died.
So, did they at least give you like some peanuts or a fluff on the nuts or anything?
They gave me a couple of cookies I refused to eat because I was just trying to grab a couple of Z's on the plane. I was like reading my book, like, and then this morning tested positive for COVID.
No, you didn't.
We all did.
God damn it.
All of us. I'm vaxxed and I am boosted, and I wore a mask in the airport. I wore a mask on the plane, not at the reception. The reception was like 30 people. This wedding was like supposed to happen 2.5 years ago, or sure. 2 years ago rather. And then COVID happened, so they've been postponing it. It went from 100 people to like 30. But most people came back with it. Yeah.
Well, is it tradition to mouth kiss everyone at the reception in Canada, or was that just a
it's what thing? I did with open stitches in my mouth. That's what I did.
Yeah. Well, you know,
but I just thought I was spreading herpes.
Welcome to America. Nope, this is Canada. Not anymore, motherfucker. I've laid claim.
Christ, dude. I could have easily just sent $50.
You should have.
Morally just finding myself.
You know what? You should have just sent a couple hundred. Been like, this is I'm still getting off cheaper. Just here's a couple $100 to buy yourself a nice steak dinner.
Yeah.
So for 2.5 years now, you have dodged the bullet on COVID.
Yeah.
You trekked one time down here to visit me. We went out to some bars, had a few beers.
Did we go out when I visited you?
When I picked you up off the train.
That was after vaccine. Yeah.
Still introduced you to several people. And you then rode the train back home. The train, the dirtiest thing, the train.
I do like train travel.
I think I think I'm put off from it because I worked on a train for.
That makes sense.
I ran a train for several years. It was a successful train. And,
I never ridden a freight train, so maybe that's the issue.
Maybe that's me. And I have been on.
I've never been a good luck hobo. I've never done that game.
I look like a good luck. Actually, both of us now look like good luck hobos. But you look like the new kid because your beard's all trimmed up and nice. I don't think he can make it, Clem. He's already missing a tooth. Well, that's step one.
It's all right. I get one in 4 months. I guess it's up backward.
Well, you've got your falsie that you can wear.
I can't right now because I have the stitches in there from the open wound. I technically can a little bit, but it rubs on them, and I'm afraid of ripping one out. So I'm just like, screw it. Until that heals, I'm just going to be Cletus, the world's unluckiest hockey player. I guess I don't know.
Cletus, the world.
Like what else? What else is traditionally missing a tooth? Hobos, hockey players, but they own it. Yeah. Hockey players can be toothless, like on this literal tooth, this front one, and still get laid. That's like a badge of honor. Yeah. And, I'm starting to find out. I'm asking myself, how do those guys eat pizza and sandwiches? Because biting into shit is a difficult option for me. Somebody had to be a hard taco the other day, and I was terrified. This shouldn't be a thing. This should be like, here's a hard shell taco. No, keep it away.
No, God, no. What are you trying to kill me? What is this?
You lunatic! I have exposed gum.
You insidious bastard.
Fuck me.
So I'm sorry.
Don't be. This is all for entertainment. Make fun of me. I'm fine with that. I do not want it. I do not want sorry. I want to just tell everybody what's going on.
Sure.
And poke fun at me in the ass and in the wound. That's all it needs to happen.
That's all I've ever wanted to do.
Good for you.
Put it in the ass wound. And the wound.
It's like an episode of The Boys. Yeah.
It really. Yeah, I haven't watched the first episode of season 3 yet.
All 3 are out. I watched literally 20 minutes of the first one and passed the fuck out.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't gotten very far. Although I will say the first 20 minutes is pretty interesting.
Boy.
They did something I did not see coming. I'll give you that much.
Okay. Oh boy. All right. I mean, that's what that show.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
No spoilers. We will not tell you that Homelander fists a cow.
It's actually worse than that.
Oh no.
You know, I'm going to give you a hint, and I won't say anything more because it won't be a good hint. And if you ask me questions, I will just I just won't answer. Human sound.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what that means, but it made me make that noise.
Next time I talk to you, you will.
Yeah.
Next time I talk to you, you will.
Yeah. Yeah. You're going to get a text that just says, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why, God? Why, Garth Ennis? Why? I'm drinking bullshit.
No, you're not. You're drinking Truly.
Pina colada style.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. I didn't see that on the can. Bullshit,
yeah. Gotcha.
I basically made my own. I just like, the problem with traveling 24 hours is for the first several, I was with my buddies. We all flew into Seattle and we drove across the border. Okay.
And sounds like the beginning of a horror film. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm just saying we drove back. We didn't have to fly across the border, so that's why it took so goddamn long. and my buddy is an idiot. Going across the border the first time took 17, 18 times longer than it should because he's a moron. You don't fuck with the border patrol, by the way. Even Canadians, they do not care.
No.
They don't care. You get to go around the ride again. Yeah. So, but on the way back, I honestly lost my train of thought. My brain is not going to fire on all cylinders today, buddy. I started my day on a fucking island in Canada. Please remind me, what was I saying?
Border patrol, your buddy's an idiot. You had to go around the ride again. Took 17 times longer.
Let's just say that was the end of the game. Oh yeah. So the problem is that we got to the Seattle airport, but because Alaska fucked me over several times, Alaska Air, my first buddy, we got to the airport at 5 in the afternoon. My first buddy, he was boarding at 7. They fucked me. I was boarding at 11 p.m. And so my other buddy was already gone. So when you travel for another 16 hours by yourself,
drunk in airports,
airport plane, and the very sweet woman who put you on the first plane, and she says, "How are you doing?" I'm like, "You don't want to know." She's like, "I do. Tell me something." Like, so I told her a story. She's like, "Okay." She handed me 2 mini bottles of vodka. She just handed them to me. I'm like, "Thank you, man." She's like, "Would you like a mixture?" I don't find that necessary. But I appreciate you.
No, I prefer not to. I don't want it diluted. I want it to go straight into my body.
So
I like it to start eating the memories immediately.
I'm pretty sure I haven't looked at my bank statement, but I'm pretty sure I went to debt on fucking airport prices for hooch. Like, we got you now, drunkie. Like, yeah, I know.
When we were on vacation down in North Carolina, and Willow was coming down a couple days after we all drove down, so she was flying in. We went to pick her up at the airport. Nick and the boys were just hanging out. They're like, "We'll just hang out outside, read a book, take a nap, whatever. We'll wait out here. You go on in and get her." And her gate happened to be right across from one of the bars in the.
That's how you miss a flight.
Yeah, and so I just was like, "Well, she's not here yet. Got here pretty early. I mean, this is kind of God's way of saying enjoy vacation, I suppose." And I went in. Well, I didn't, of course, no luggage. I'm dressed as I wanted to look nice enough to be like, "Yes, that's my daughter, and I'm not human trafficking the cute little blonde girl. I'm supposed to be here. Look at me."
She always looks this scared.
Quiet. So I went in and I was like, "Yeah." The lady's like, "Oh, are you not traveling? And you don't have any luggage?" And she's like, "Or that, or you're traveling light." And I was like, no, I'm picking up my daughter. And I had just ordered like a double something or other. I was like, "Yeah, I'll do double, probably a double Captain and Coke." And she turned and she was like, "Oh, your daughter?" And pulls it back from me. And I was like, "My wife's in the van. She's driving. I've got my oldest son. He's a licensed driver. I'm just here. I was just the lucky candidate to come in and wait for her." And she was like, "All right, long as there's no driving." I was like, "No, there's no driving. In fact, go ahead and mix up another one of these. This one's going down pretty quick. What time is it? Noon? Well, I'm running behind. It's vacation after all."
There is something to be said, because I've had to do it before, convincing the bartender you're okay to have a cocktail currently.
Well, I got stuck one time coming back in another life when I was, pretending that I could do a corporate job, which has always made me giggle, that I thought that I could try to blend in.
I'm still doing it. I have not done well. I've done well, but I in one-on-ones with my manager, she knows, like, "You're miserable." I'm like, "Yes." Like, "Your numbers are great. Cool. So I can't fire you. Am I from a promotion? Probably. God damn it. This is how this works. Mm-hmm. I know you're miserable. We don't care."
Yeah. Yep. It's I'm familiar with that. But yeah, I got delayed. The flight got delayed at the Detroit airport. Now the Detroit airport, if you've never been, is actually really delightful. Mm-hmm. Great airport, fantastic airport. And I just was like, "Well, what am I going to do except just bar hop and drink. And so I
Mhm.
just I'd start at one end of the airport
Terminal,
whatever,
sure. Building.
building
It's all the same.
where they keep the zoom zooms that go into go up into sky.
Whee!
Woo, floop, floop, floop. And so I just start at one end and work my way towards my gate and just stop in each one and just have a drink, and then go to the gate and be like, yep, still delayed. All right. And the girls working the counter, if they saw me, they would just give me one of these. I'd be like, cool, and just wander my ass back down and just start again. And there was one bartender that was like, dude, this is going to get expensive for you. And I was like, yeah, it is, but it's what the hell else am I gonna do? He's like, I don't know, have a sandwich. Let me buy you a sandwich. Have you eaten it at all
Fuck you
today?
and sandwich. All you have here is sandwiches, overpriced neck pillows, magazines, and booze. Eat shit. I don't want Chili's to go. I want to have a good time, you cocksucker.
I did appreciate the sandwich, though. He was right. I needed to eat the sandwich. He took care of me. He was a good guy. And I'm not going to bitch about having a free sandwich. I mean, look at me. I didn't look like this back then, but look at this now. Oh, man. Like, now, that's the thing. I always got pulled aside for extra screening.
I would do that to you, 100%.
Looking like this.
Yeah, no, I would do that to you, 100%. That's the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But back then, when I was doing air travel regularly, I had like super trimmed up, and I was wearing like I don't know, nice clothes.
Yeah,
slacks.
if you're going to get somebody to smuggle coke across the border, you want somebody in a suit. You're not going to be somebody who looks like us.
Fair enough. You make a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I did give the Middle Eastern family that was behind me in line a great, like, when I handed him my ID and he was like, all right, sir, we need you to step over here for some extra screening. And that family went and laughed at me. And I was like, yep. Well, and they just let them on through. And the dad was like, oh, sorry, man. It's like, well, apparently I took one for the team. You're welcome.
The most recent trip I took with my wife, who was very brown, we went through, because she gets pulled over quite a bit, pulled over to the side. Like, we're going to have to touch your hair. And like, she wears her hair in a bun usually when she travels, because her hair is down to her ass, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to have to, they fucking fiddle with her bun and shit and put their fingers in there and then screw with her. The most recent time, because she's very like racially convenient. She could be black, she could be Puerto Rican, she could be Middle Eastern, she could be a whole lot of things. She could
Ethnically
be
ambiguous.
Yeah, she could be a lot of things that aren't Caucasian. So there's one guy who needs to know, not sure, grab her. Most recent time we traveled on a plane, which actually has been quite a while, I got pulled over and she got shifted through, and she just looked at me and went, put a finger in his ass, do it. Now, she mouthed it because you can't screen that shit at the TSA. But she was giggling as I was putting my belt on. And I was like, that's what you get. Like, for what? She's like, I don't know. I just wanted you to know how it felt. Oh, darling. Okay. She was just so excited because she didn't win the lottery that day, the TSA lottery.
Well, the guy that gave me the pat down, it was obvious that he was very disappointed it was me. And because he turned around and he went, oh, all right. And he puts his gloves on and he's like, all right, spread your legs a little bit. And he does the whole thing and then runs his hand up, my inner thigh. Then he gets up in there and I went, oh, Gerald, I've never felt this way about another man before. And he just looked up at me and I was like,
they don't like jokes.
You're not into this.
Like
I'm sorry.
No.
I apologize.
I tried more than once. They do not like jokes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I felt bad because coming back from Baltimore, I don't
feel bad. Anybody who gets out of Baltimore should feel lucky.
Right. But coming back from Baltimore, buddy, that credit card, I think I talked about it on here. Maybe. No, it was before we started doing the show. The credit card knife that you gave me that was taken.
Oh, yeah, the little multi-tool credit card knife, the thingy. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just that little plastic. It was that one of your bouncers had taken off a dude.
Yeah, it was just like a random stupid thing.
Yeah,
and you were like cheap, to be honest, but like I'm like, this might come in handy at some point.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it had come in handy multiple times. And it was always in my wallet, and I had flown with it before. Nobody had said jack shit. And then coming out of Baltimore, like, we left St. Louis, and they were like, "What's that? Who cares? I have a good flight, sir." And they grabbed me, and they were like, "Can you step aside here?" And Nicole's eyes get great big, and it all of a sudden hit me. I was like, "Fuck," because I'd always forget it was there until I needed it, and then I was like, "Oh, I've got the credit card knife. It's always right here." So it was just a non-thought. But dude pulled me aside, and I was like, "What?" And my thought was, "What kind of trouble am I about to get into?" And he was like, "Would like to talk to you about something that we found on your belongings." And I was like, "It's that little credit card knife in my wallet. Completely forgot about it."
Throw that fucker away, sir.
That's what I told him. I was like,
Yep.
he's like, "No, we can ship it to you." I was like, he goes, "At your cost, of course." I said, "That's going to cost me like, what,
No, it's not
$30
worth it.
bucks?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Look, dude, great story. It was taken off a guy in a bar in Chicago and given to me, and I've just kept it in my wallet and kind of forget it's there most of the time."
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was like, "We kind of assumed that was the deal, but I can't let you on the plane with it." I said, "It's yours now. Put it in your pocket." And he was like, "I can't do that, sir."
Did I, but he still did.
He
Tell
did.
you about the goddamn the keychain that got taken from me.
Mm.
So okay, at least that TSA agent had a goddamn point. So I'm very tired and I'm half in the bag still. So my horse and I'm COVID positive. So my horse is going to be real fucking high this episode for one-on-one. Everybody, this episode is called Zig's Horse is Real Fucking High. That's what it's goddamn called. I had on my keychain it was, I forget the name of the brewery, but it was like when I was still working in bars, managing bars, and it was a bottle opener, but it looked like brass knuckles. So like you just like put it over the top and pulled it back. It was legit an 1.5 to 2 inches long.
Yeah.
That's all it was. And I forget that it was, I think that the name of the beer that they were like promoting was brass knuckle bronze or something like that. I don't know. But it was like a little thing. I was like, oh, it's just, I usually have a bottle opener on my keychain because that's the kind of cat I am. And that's what I had. So I put it in the fucking bin. It goes through the thing. And I shit you not, listeners, please join us on Zig and Larry. You can go to topic on YouTube so you can see this motion. The thing is this fucking big, right? And the TSA agent goes from my keys against her hand. And she's like tapping it. It is 2 inches long. And she gets her supervisor. And the supervisor comes over and says, "Sir, we can't allow you on the plane with brass knuckles, obviously." But, correct. That's why I'm not going on the plane with brass knuckles. That would be a bottle opener. It's the size of my pinky from the second knuckle to the fucking tip. I didn't say that part. He said, "This is a weapon. I can't let you on with a weapon." I then proceed to grab my keys, put them through my fingertips like Wolverine, show to them, like, this is more dangerous than what you think are brass knuckles. Brass knuckles go over your whole fist. He looks at me and goes, "Do you want to go to your destination?" And I realized I had fucked up. I'm like, just throw it away. Just throw it away. Good job. You saved the world from me opening a beer in fucking Cancun.
Yeah.
Good for you, stupid.
Well done.
Jesus Christ. And I'm sure he put it in his pocket. I'm sure he did. It was a cool little fucking thing.
Yeah.
It's not brass knuckles. An infant couldn't get their hands on this thing. And even if they could, what are they going to do? Besides just like whatever.
Babies are always swinging, though. Babies are always swinging.
But they wave all of their limbs around.
They can't fight for shit. Trust me.
No. But you just got to get in, on the inside. You're fine. All they do is the windmill.
I don't know if you can get above them. You can get above them, get that thumb right here on the soft spot, and just press. Just press enough to where
they must be. Although if you have to be, they must be into a lot of stress. I mean, I see the idiots who fly constantly.
Oh,
yeah. All they do is look at idiots who fly. So every time I get a TSA agent who's like has a brain in his head, is doing something, I'm like, good for you, buddy. Your fortitude is amazing. You've been on this job for what, 8 weeks? Okay, yeah, good for you.
Yeah, good job.
Do it till you can't. Do it till you can't, then move on.
Oh, somebody put rum in there. Yeah, this is a rum and coke. It's a rum and cola. Sorry, it's one of the handcrafted colas from one of those. This should be darker, Zig.
Not for my money.
Well, for most places.
Yeah.
I mean, this looks like weak iced tea that I made. When I poured it, Nicole went, "Oh, we'll see you when you get upstairs." Yeah.
The odds of me making it much longer after this are not good.
Yeah, I have a feeling you're gonna sleep for like 18 hours.
We'll see. I got a fever. I sound like this. I'm coughing up interesting stuff. Yeah, the first thing I did was take one of those COVID tests because my buddy who got home 7 hours before me. He's like, dude, check yourself. How do you feel? I'm like, not great. It's like, yeah. And I didn't start feeling bad until like the last plane ride. And I masked up the entire time, but I'm like started having like fucking like sweats and stuff. I'm like, shit. It doesn't seem right.
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, it's not a big deal. I'm vaccinated booster. Like I said, I'm going to be fine. But just like the spreading is just like that kind of a thing. It's really. I really hope we're to the point where it's like, no, I got COVID. It's like, oh, I got the flu. You get 2 days off work and then you're fine.
Yeah. That seems like where we're going. It seems like we're almost at endemic level. I mean, yeah, it's not going away, but it's so much less life-threatening than it was.
Yeah.
We don't have people clogging up the hospital systems on
No,
ventilators.
because we didn't have the things to, and that's what, well, you see, you still got it, and the vaccine didn't help you. Yeah, but I'm also not panicking. I'm not going to die. I'm not going to the hospital.
Yeah,
The vaccine
I'm gonna have
did help me a lot.
I'm gonna have a sniffle and a low-grade fever for a couple days. I get an excuse to eat some hungry man chunky chicken soup and
with bourbon in it.
and watch
you ever do that, by the
Maury.
way?
What's that?
Put like a literal like a quarter ounce of bourbon in like really thick chicken soup.
Yeah,
it's actually pretty good. You gotta boil it off, but yeah, it's good. Yeah,
I
adds a little bit of flavor.
I know this will come as a surprise to a lot of listeners, but I cook with booze a lot.
Yeah, as do I. I'll tell you what I'm cooking tonight. Delivery.
Yeah,
if I'm awake.
This may be the last episode. You may just die of exhaustion.
The times we've said that. It's fine.
Yeah, the times we've said, I think I'm going to die. And then it's like, God, I have a joke where it's, they told me to live like there was no tomorrow. And I did. And the problem was tomorrow kept coming. There's been so many tomorrows and I keep paying for all the last nights.
I got bad information. Everybody kept saying live like there's no tomorrow. And I went, shit, there is one? What about after that, though?
How about that? They're just, okay, well, that's fine. Although I have switched some things up, pal. I'm trying to go like just fruits and veggies during the day and then a reasonable amount of meat stuffs in the evening, as opposed to how I used to live.
Good for you. I mean, whatever. Shove a pizza up your nose. Whatever you think. Anything that you feel is good. At this point, I was like, there's no right answer. I don't know.
No,
I'm living off anal seeds. That's what I'm going to live off of.
You know what? And that's what I've been doing with all of the seeds from the vegetables and fruits, is just right up the old beehole.
Mm-hmm.
But I only say that to say it's weird. I really expected myself to be miserable, but it hit me. I was like, man, I just kind of want to change. It wasn't for anything other than I want to change something up.
Sure.
And let's give this a shot for
That's why I got divorced. Worked, by the way. I felt great.
Yeah, you felt lighter, felt healthier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I will say, I'm shitting like a salad shooter.
Which means it's coming out clean?
Pretty much.
If I eat a lot of roughage, it comes out like rabbit food, like a percussion grenade.
We're gonna get real gross. I will say I've been shitting compost.
That still doesn't mean a whole lot to me. Sticks and berries. What is compost? Hold on, you're shitting eggshells whole. What exactly?
Those are the things you put in compost.
Soft serve? Does that help? Is that close? Am I close?
No.
Okay, I'm not close.
Not at all. I
honestly don't know. I've never composted anything. I know I'm supposed to, but I've always lived in cities and apartments, and they're supposed to like put a thing on your counter. And I went, I'm not going to make shit on my counter. So no, I've chosen not to.
It's like soil. It's like
shitting soil.
It's like
you're shitting Miracle-Gro. I'm really trying to get on board. I just can't picture it currently.
I know. Hold on.
Don't give me a picture. Don't give me a picture of your shit. What's the matter with you? Don't type in soil. I know what soil looks like. I've been around the ground. So you're shitting.
No, I'm going to get you.
Of soil. You
It
need
is.
fiber. You need what you need is more meat. Quit eating like a goddamn orangutan. I don't even know what we're doing anymore. Hey, let's flip it over to Split Society while you look that up. Split Society, makers of fine artisanal spliffs. We promise it's not the reason why I lost a tooth.
Split Society. You won't lose a tooth.
Probably.
There. That's compost.
Yeah, you could. I got it when you said soil. It's like dirt.
There. So all the
It's dirt made out of shit and eggshells, and poop and old vegetables.
I don't know about the poop. I wouldn't put poop in there.
You have to poop. You have to compost with poop. I know this is true.
You can compost the poop.
I only compost poop is the issue. I just keep poop in one of those things on my countertop in the city.
So Nick's sister and brother-in-law used to live in a cabin down in southern Missouri, and they didn't have they didn't have sewage. They had running water for like the sinks, but they didn't have sewer. And so they had
a septic tank, I'm guessing?
Nope. They had a composting toilet. So you would
You just told me you're not supposed to compost shit, and all they were doing was composting shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about composting. What do I look like?
You look like a guy who knows about composting shit.
I know a little bit about composting.
If I saw you on the street, you weren't the guy I would ask. I'm like, I just need to find a guy in the street who knows about composting shit. That guy, baby blues, a whole lot going on.
there's more questions than answers with this guy, and it's composting toilets. So you did your business, and you.
That's an outhouse, correct?
No,
I'm really not being a shit, but is that still in the house?
Yes, it is in the house. It is in the house. So it just kind of goes down into a bucket. But
how is that not an indoor outhouse, buddy?
Hold on.
And then there's a blender in there.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's a modern indoor outhouse. Good for everybody. Okay, good for you guys. Okay,
and then it would mix up with with soil and whatever
I'm guessing
else.
they were also dumping like carrot peels and like onion ends and shit down there.
I can only assume. I don't know. I only got to stay at that cabin.
Should we put this onion end in the chicken stock pile or the human shit pile? Well, there's no wrong answer. Yikes. Okay.
Boy, these carrots are great. What'd you grow them? Well, I grew them myself with myself.
A whole lot of shit and several dead squirrels and a goddamn drifter.
And armadillos. They have armadillos down there.
I'm guaranteeing you that actually made spectacular fertilizer and
it really did
for growing.
It did.
You also now have to shit into a blender, and then it becomes your problem. Which
because you take the bucket out and you got to do something with it. You got to check the pH of everything and make sure it's good. Apparently, when I did it.
You shit in their toilet, or would you check the pH?
When I shit in their toilet.
Jeez, what was the stink like?
There was none.
How far is this hole? You said you were shitting into a bucket with a blender in it. How far down is this hole?
It's not very far. No, there's no
what's
smell.
keeping the shit from coming out?
Because it gets mixed in so I don't know. I'm not an expert on this.
Wait, no, I'm curious. I'm actually curious. So when you sit on the blender toilet, do you turn on the blender?
No, you kind of crank it. It's like a pump.
It's a hand crank.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So
it tries to turn it over. It has to turn it over. And I think that's what kills the smell.
There was no stink.
No stink. What I'm saying,
how many candles are burning in there? Was it like eyes wide shut?
When they had to check the pH
this is so interesting.
After I left,
the carrots died after you left.
The pH was way off, and they had to just get rid of and start over.
They had to shovel out your composted shit because your shit was not good enough for dirt. Never leaving a city. Never once. I'm not living in a city.
I was living pretty rough at that point.
Your shit was not suitable for dirt.
Yeah.
According to the pH test that they got from Farm and Fleet.
Sounds like a Shakespearean insult.
It does. Your shit is not even suitable for my dirt.
Forsooth and hitherto.
Nor should you. However, you may still marry my sister because of the dowry.
I want to see.
Wow.
There we go.
Okay, now you're just playing with your mustache. Okay, well, we're not going to do transitional material, and don't have the. Oh, that's not bad.
That's not bad. It's like, it's a good look.
It's a little timey. It's not bad.
This is kind of what I did when we had that Nashville wedding a year ago.
If you have a beard and a mustache like that, and you're wearing a leather apron, I trust you to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like if you just walk up like, oh yeah, I'll do your. It's like as long as it's like some manner of like artisanal, manual labor. Like I'll cook your food, I'll make you a drink, I'll shoe your horse, anything like that. You're like, yeah, this guy knows what he's doing. It's like a clipboard with a UPS outfit. You just trust that kind of person to do a thing.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I know how to shoe horses. I know how to chop wood. I do know how to till a garden. I
know how to shit in a bucket and ruin the dirt.
I can raise a barn. I've helped with that. And I know how to bartend. So when people are like,
mustache for it.
Yeah, people are like, well, do you think you do very well in the 1800s? I think I do great. Because I also barely bathe and I stink when I have sex.
Well, there's the last one of those checks on my bingo. I won Larry Smith bingo. Everybody, stink when he has
sex.
Take
it down. Everybody, take it down.
The sheet is 26 by 26 squares. It takes a while. It takes over 20 years of marriage, but you get there.
But we've gotten there together.
You get there.
There's been ups and downs.
I'll take my prize
in
right now.
Sickness and in health,
which is apparently COVID.
Did you have a topic today?
Yes, I do. Kind of. No, and this is going to come up. This is under the heading of My High Horse. Okay.
Okay.
Remember to give us a like on Zig and Larry if you like listening to us, bitch, because that's kind of what I'm doing today. But I wanted to do an opinion piece because there are a lot of things just that I witnessed this.
All right, Andy Rooney, let's go.
Yeah, no, for real. We can start with weddings and see how far we get.
Okay.
But wedding traditions.
Okay.
There are several that I wanted to talk about and just get your kind of like your take on, because I think a lot of them are outdated. I think a lot of them are misinformed.
Yeah, prima nocta, not that's pretty outdated.
That's actually not a terrible place to start, to be honest. But I just wanted to talk about those kind of things. So I'll get the ball rolling. Okay.
I was concerned when our town's mayor declared prima nocta the night before Nicole and I got married. But
your wife is a shield maiden, so I'm guessing he's dead now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he had it coming. And there was no autopsy and no investigation.
No.
And now our mayor of unincorporated Jerome, Illinois, is a dog named Chuck, and Chuck's fucking great.
Chuck does a great job.
Yeah.
Chuck can sniff out drugs, but he ain't narking.
Yeah, Chuck's his whole platform was no heavy narcotics, lots of red meat, naps are cool, we like to bone. Outside of that, do what you want.
Yeah.
If somebody walks past your yard, you're allowed to yell, just don't do anything else. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Bye.
Where are you going? You gonna come back? All right, see ya.
So I have a lot of like I give a shit about so little, but I have a lot of opinions about like wedding traditions, and I just wanted to know your take as two people who both of us have had two different weddings.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that divorce is a good thing and should be much easier, by the way. And marriage should probably not even be a total thing because it's more of a contract. But what are you gonna do? But both of our ceremonies were, my two and your two were very different.
Yes.
Yes. So I'm going to start with the easy one, the rings.
Okay.
I think that in our day and age, wearing a ring, we've all kind of agreed on it, and I'm kind of okay with the idea that you wear a wedding ring. I did it both times. I don't think that you should have to if you don't want to, but I do like to show the world, leave me the fuck alone, bitch. I'm not going to buy you a drink at this bar at 2 a.m. I do like that fact. And if they come up with like, no, away, peck, yes, exactly. But the tradition of the need to spend a shit ton of money on them.
I think that's ridiculous.
Please go. Yeah.
Well,
20% of your annual income, or what is it? No, it's 3 months or two. What is it?
3 months or 30%.
Is that what it is? Okay.
I think so. It's some ridiculous number. And that whole, I mean, the whole industry was created.
No, it's what you make in 2 years. Shit, I don't even know.
I don't know. Regardless, it's too much.
Yeah.
Because it was all manufactured by the De Beers company.
Correct. I thought you knew that, but I didn't want to put the words in your mouth. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was all manufactured by the diamond companies, and they were like, we got all these shiny rocks. What the fuck are we gonna do with them? I don't know. Make people feel guilty if they don't put them on a broad.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was. Hold on.
And I just gave Larry COVID over a podcast, so that's the most interesting thing that's ever happened. That seems like a good point to do our commercial because I need to take a moment.
All right. I think I just saw my dead grandma.
In your sneeze?
Yes.
Well, shit, that's easier than rolling the bones. Give me a moment. Seamless.
So diamonds. That's a
yeah,
racket.
So everybody knows it was the beers company who came up with that 30% of your or 3 months salary, whatever it was, and then they could inflate the cost. Now,
I like
does
I like
Nikki
it as
wear
a
a diamond?
symbol. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't go crazy because she told me, she's like, I don't want anything insane. Like a couple years prior to asking her to marry me, I'd gotten her some sapphire and diamond earrings, and so because she loves sapphires, so I just wanted. And she's like, I don't want anything huge because she cooks, she is active, she's like, I don't want it snagging on shit. And so I just went in, and fortunately one of the places here in town, a buddy of mine kind of helped run the place. So I just went in and was like, look, dude, you know I'm divorced. You know I don't have a ton of money. You also know my wife pretty well. And he was like, all of these things. I said, so I need something pretty. I don't want it to break the bank. And here's what I need. I need some sapphires in it. And he was like, I got you. Hold on. And he actually put something together for us. And he was like, we can do this mount. Because I was like, white gold, not yellow gold, none of that. He was like, that's perfect. And so he found the setting and he just put it together, and he was like, here's the ring. And then we went back and got the bands there, and I just got it like the tungsten steel band, because I was like, I don't need anything fancy. I don't want jewels in there. I just a plain old band. And she's got just a band that matches her diamond. And her ring at the time, now I'm doing a little better, but at the time, it took me 3-4 months, and I paid it. I think 3 months I paid it off. Because I told him, I was like, layaway. And he's like, yep, absolutely. I said, cool, because I'm not looking to propose until this date anyway. And I said, that'll be a perfect amount of time. But yeah, I feel like spending a ridiculous amount of money on jewelry that, fine if it's meaningful, but as long as it's meaningful, you shouldn't have to.
I say do what you want. I say don't do what you think you're supposed to do.
Exactly. Yes. I think that's our entire philosophy on life. Do what you want.
Do what you want. Do what makes you happy. Don't do because somebody else or the TV told you you had to. That's all. Angela also wears a really pretty diamond encompassed by diamonds, but I got very lucky because I used to go to
it fell off the back of a truck.
No, I killed a broad.
Right.
Well, I'm sorry.
Remember.
No. A lady. I killed a lady.
Yes. and I helped
No,
bury the body.
I used to go to this fucking resale shop all the time looking for treasures. And I knew the guy that owned it, Bill. He's spectacular. If you ever go to Chicago, go to Green City Resale. He's phenomenal. And several times when I was dating Ange, I was looking at the rings, and he showed me the set that is absolutely. He's like, "This just came in." I'm like, is that real?" It's like, "I honestly don't know. Would you like to go have it appraised? Because I honestly don't know." So I went and had it appraised. Came back, told him what it cost. He said, "Okay, give me half of that."
Wow.
And it is beautiful, and it's not like, but it's not huge though, you know what I mean? Like, it's not oversized.
And she
I
didn't.
wouldn't want to send her out into the world with something on her finger that is like worth killing her over,
Right.
you know? There's
Yeah.
lunatics, unfortunately, in the world. They're killing kids for no reason. They'll kill her for a fucking ring.
Yeah.
So, but it's beautiful, and you know, but I would not have gone the diamond route. It just, but that whole thing fell into my lap, and stupidly, and just the universe colliding, it was her size. I did not have to get that band, the engagement ring or the wedding ring resized. It was just like hers, and it's tiny. So like the band is tiny. I'm like, that's just the universe telling me go for it.
Yeah.
So it's like, I tell you what, yeah, just I showed him the appraisal. It's like, if you can pay cash, I'll take half that. Dunzo. Thanks, Bill.
Yep. And I
That's why it pays to be a member of a community, by the way.
Yeah, it sure does. Well, and I got, like I said, with Nick's ring, and that's neither Nick nor Ange would have expected either one of us to spend 10 grand on a ring.
That's bullshit. That's insane.
If they had found out, how much did you spend? 10 fucking grand? You know what we could do with 10 fucking grand?
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. With that horse has been beaten.
Okay. So your turn. So wedding traditions, good or bad, that you want to talk about? Opinion piece.
Spending a redonkulous amount of money on,
I'm guessing this is going good.
on the wedding and reception.
Yeah, same thing. Same general
Especially
thing.
because it seems like as you spend more, so let's say here's money spent, fun had.
You're doing like a scale kind of thing.
A scale. It seems like the more, let's call it a chart. These two lines are exactly the same, but the more money you spend on both, the less fun everyone fucking has.
Mm-hmm.
I've been, like, our wedding, we spent not a ton of money. We probably spent a little more than we should have, but still, I mean, we got married in a theater, because it was our favorite theater in town, and a friend owned it and was very kind.
It was the one with the glory holes, if I remember correctly,
yes,
right?
Yeah, that was downstairs.
The adult theater.
Yes, the adult theater, over on North Grand here in the Springfield area, right across from the Lowe's. Which that's where we had it. And the lighting was not great, but man, the entertainment, perfection.
There you go.
But no, we got married in the theater. Our friend was very kind and was like, when we're like, how much do we owe you? He was like, just a donation to your favorite theater, of a monetary donation to your favorite theater, whatever you feel is appropriate. And so, we were like, I don't know what's appropriate. I know Nicole, it was very kind. Nicole's mom took care of that portion and was more generous than we could have been at the time.
Fair. Yeah.
Our buddy Jeff at that point was the lighting designer for the theater and did all the lighting design. So it was this really cool place. It looked beautiful. Our buddy Patrick did the ceremony. And so, we didn't have to pay for somebody to come in and do a ceremony. And then the reception, we went the cheapest route that was for us, but that represented us, which was breakfast for dinner.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
And then our buddy Andrew had been running karaoke for years, and was like, I will donate my my time. That's my wedding gift to you guys. I think we gave him a little bit of scratch just for his trouble, but Like we rented a keg, and if you remember, the tapper on the keg was not working, and so my
Yeah, we had to go scramble for a tap. We figured it
well
out. What was
we
it? I forget.
what happened was, I think you my dad, Nicole's cousin Josh, my uncle, and I think they grabbed you and Jeff and said, "Come with us." Or no, maybe it was somebody from Springfield, and was like, "Where's the closest gas
I
station?"
don't think it was me.
I don't remember. I don't remember a lot about that night. Because people kept feeding me booze, and I think trying to kill me.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
convinced, but they all come walking back in. They went to like the closest place that had a beer cave and bought out like all of the cases of Coors Light and I think Michelob Ultra that they could get their hands on, and just
I was definitely not part of that rescue mission. No,
yeah, I think they brought in some Budweiser too, and they were like, drink it up. We actually we still have some Coors Light left from our wedding because that's how much got purchased.
That's amazing to me.
Yeah, it's been down here in the basement. We're a little afraid to open it.
We're
like,
two have exploded and one is self-aware.
One's named James, and we leave him alone. But yeah,
give a handful of jerky every 2 weeks that he doesn't want to kill us anymore.
But yeah, that's it. We went very reasonable, because it just seems like, again, I've been to super expensive weddings and receptions, and they're so stuffy and unfun. Like it seems like the less money spent, the more fun they are.
What do you feel about
Anal sex?
Yes, the actual ceremony.
I feel like it's back to our philosophy of do what you want, but don't do what you feel like you have to.
Okay, fair.
Like, at our ceremony, we had a friend of ours do a prayer, but that was because we had lots of family that would appreciate that. And so we were like, all right, and I knew Rob was going to, who's a good buddy of mine, I knew he was going to say some really beautiful things. So by all means, let's do that. But yeah, it's if you want to do like, with you and Ange, we did the ceremony because my first marriage was me. I think you had to work that day or else you would have been there, but Jeff was there to as to stand up with me, and Sally had Carrie stand up with her, and we got married by a Wiccan.
I go back and forth on the actual ceremony idea for this one reason.
I put that on a tee, and you just did not do anything with it.
Nope, and I'm not going to. Nope. I'm not so tired that I didn't see what you teed up. I'm choosing to move past.
Yep.
Because I need to keep a little decorum just for myself.
Fair enough. That's fair. Yeah.
No, but on a tee. But see, now I'm feeling bad because I feel like I should have taken 2 or 3 jokes. Nah, you don't do that to me. But no, like I feel like the ceremony is so like, and this is probably just me as a human being. And I had a very long conversation with a buddy of mine this week. As a human being, I'm boiling down what I give a shit about to I'm doing my best to do one small bag of things, one small leather bag of tricks. Everything else can go the fuck away. I don't care. Like when you have to care about so many things, you're gonna lose your goddamn mind. When you have to care about, especially because we're assaulted constantly with social media, with anybody who actually gives a shit about Amber Heard and Johnny Depp who doesn't know them, please stop. I mean, if you want to watch it the same way you watch a soap opera, that's fine, but don't have an emotional connection. who gives a fuck?
Also,
Great, have an opinion on it.
also, can I
great, but
just
it
say,
doesn't matter.
can I just say that if you're thinking about making a joke, don't. They've all been done. All the
Yeah,
jokes.
done.
They're all the jokes, and they're all hack.
Yeah.
So
It
just
should never have been on TV. It was fucking ridiculous. It's a goddamn nonsense.
yeah.
But for my money, with me and Ange, and my wife is the polar opposite of us in this relationship. Like, she did not want anybody to see her get married. She's not shy, but she is very introverted. She's like, I don't want people watching me while I propose my love to you. That's not for them. That's for us.
Yeah.
And I kind of agreed to her, but with a different agenda. My agenda was, fuck them. I'm not going to deal with them. Where do I go? Where do I sit? What time is it? What should I wear? I'm like, no, I don't care. No, we're not going to do that stuff. So it was me and her at the Art Institute in Chicago under their beautiful Tiffany made dome. And it was a judge, and we were witnessed by one very weird old black lady with a bell that kept ringing. And you only got 12 couples during the afternoon. So they just kept shuffling us in and out. Like, so they shuffled us in, we did our thing, and then they shuffled us out. And it took like all of 10 minutes, but we did not feel rushed. Like, we had our time. We got to do our own vows, which are literally just for me and her, nobody else.
Uh-huh.
And then we had a photographer follow us around. We paid for 2 hours during the day. After an hour, we're like, nah, we got it. We're done. Like, no, we can like do some more. No, can you just meet us at the reception, take a couple more shots? We don't want to do this anymore. And then we found a little Italian bistro, which we had no reservations for because we just wanted to walk around. And we walked in with me in a dress, and her in a dress.
And you looked lovely. It was very flattering.
And we just walked in. It was a beautiful day. She's like, do you have a table outside? We just got married. We'd like to have brunch. Like, holy shit. By the way, if you ever want to be treated like a king and not pay for shit, just say, we just got married. Can we have a table outside? But you have to dress to the nines and have a big bouquet. Because you get free champagne, you pay for half of everything, and then they just give you free dessert. But the only person who said boo was my mother, who said, I wanted to be there for the I do's. Like, I know you did, Mom, but I'm sorry. This is my second one, and this is just for us. I don't feel the need to, and this may be shitty, but I don't feel the need to change my plans to make you feel better for my wedding.
Right.
I will change my plans for her to the ends of the earth for certain things, but for my wedding, nah.
That's why we did the ceremony, because the first time I got married, no one saw it. And that.
And again, I'm not judging what your
sure. No,
mine. That's not what this is about by any means.
Right. Like I admittedly, when you were like, hey, we're not doing a big thing, we're just doing a me and her with the judge.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're doing the party at the reception initially, only because I love you, and I love Ange now, but I didn't know Ange as well at that point, because my brother. I was like, oh, and then I was like, you know what? Yeah, that makes sense. Fuck yeah, good for you guys. Go do it for but I had like 20 seconds of, oh, what a bummer. I kind of was. Wait, no, that makes sense. Fuck them, and yeah, fucking A. We'll see We'll see you at the party.
Our day, our choice. That's all.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Totally understood that. Like I said, it took me literally, dude, it was 20 seconds of me being like, oh, yeah, fuck yeah, that's a good idea. Good for you, man. So yeah.
Okay, let's change gears. Wedding traditions you think should be a thing?
3 goats and a chicken. To the bride's.
No longer a thing. That's a you thing. Where I'm saying like,
Then who did I give those goats to?
We still don't know, but we have not found them.
No,
you didn't ship them, dude. So that's you. That's on you.
Fuck, those are some missing goats.
Mm-hmm. Wedding traditions that you think should be a thing. That you think everybody should do.
Oh fuck. Definitely the first dance between the bride and the groom, but there should be
but what if it's a same-sex marriage?
I said what I said.
I know what you're doing. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No.
Finish your ridiculous thought because I know what you're doing. I'm sorry.
A first dance between the couple. You're right. I was thinking of very specifically my point of view, and my apologies. Because I don't believe you get married to whatever consenting adult says yes, if that's what you want. Who am I?
Who cares?
Yeah. But the first dance, definitely a first dance, but you have to do a sneaky finger blasting, both of you.
Ooh. So you need a finger blasting and a howdy dookie.
Yep.
I wouldn't say that's a tradition so much as a suggestion, but we can go there. Suggestions that you would like to put
Suggestions.
out. That's better.
That's how traditions start. Traditions start with suggestions.
Okay. So new wedding. How much time do we have?
Oh, we're at an hour.
Excellent. So we'll do a couple of these. So new wedding suggestions.
Okay.
Because we're both on the same fuck traditions. Do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. But if what you want costs $30,000 and you're not a Kardashian, I'm not coming. If you require me to wear $300 worth of clothing that I don't currently own, I'm not coming.
Mm-hmm.
And fuck your goddamn red carpet nonsense. So I would say traditions that should happen. I would say the throwing of the bouquet. So traditionally, if you threw the bouquet behind the bride throws a bouquet, and the first person that grabs it is the next person that's going to get married, and they're all the women are supposed to like scramble for it because, oh my goodness, maybe a man will love me, which is goddamn horseshit. So I think we should still do that, but put half a pack of black cats in it, and just light that cocksucker and go and see who's got the gumption.
I'm with you.
Not dynamite, black cats.
No, absolutely.
Important.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Dynamite only in Alabama. Half stick.
Most of them are missing teeth and fingers anyway. So
I'm missing teeth. I'm missing tooth. I am missing tooth.
You're missing tooth.
Surgically.
Surgically. Yeah, I'm still missing tooth.
Yeah, but yours is in the back, you lucky bastard.
I know. Yeah, I need to go in for that. I gotta schedule the implant. Yeah.
What the fuck has happened to us? Jesus Christ. Let's all fall apart in our own way. Yeah.
Bad feelings.
Bad crown.
No, I think that's a great plan. I think you want to get married bad enough, there should be an element of danger involved.
Yeah, absolutely. It should be like a wedding reception / Jackass episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, so at the reception, I feel like we should have the fathers of the parties getting married fight it out, so that we can
father of the bride and father of the groom.
Father of the bride, father of the groom, father of the groom and groom, father of the bride and bride.
Right. Yeah. Father of the two. Okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
of the two participants.
And they have a physical altercation.
They have to have
dominance,
so that we can finally figure out the age-old question of my dad can beat up your dad.
What if we have finally the age-old question of who settles the bar tab? Because I do think if you're going to have a wedding and force everybody to come see you fucking dress up in stupid outfits, you should pay for the hooch.
That's what we did.
Yes, exactly. You pay for everybody to eat, you pay for the hooch, and then everybody's like, fuck, all right, I'll listen to all these goddamn speeches. But oh crap. Apparently, Canadian weddings, it's tradition for the entirety of the bridesmaids, the entirety of the groomsmen, and the couple to have a speech, and the parents. So
seems
it's literally
like a special torture.
I'm not. Yeah, I was sat at a table that was right next to the podium. That's too much. And Canadians are so polite; they just sit there and they go, "I'll politely wait for this to be over and pretend to giggle when they make kind of a joke." But I'm American. Like, I am not paid to deal with this shit at all. And the salmon was a little overdone. So
I've been to weddings where one of either a bridesmaid or a groomsman has gotten up, and I'm like, for God's sakes, the one of the parties getting married knows that I'm a professional comedian. Hire me to punch up these speeches. Let me help you.
Yeah, well, yeah.
let me punch up for you, because oh my god, please.
But the thing is, with speech, like, everybody's politely just wait. A lot of weddings are people politely waiting for it to be over, whatever is happening. It's like, I will sit here and I will politely,
Okay.
because I will politely wait for this portion to be over. I'll politely wait for this portion to be over. I'll politely wait for this portion to be over, because after this, there's the cocktail hour, and hopefully they'll have appetizers. I'll politely wait for the speeches to be over, because after that is dinner. It's just like, Jesus Christ.
I have a very good suggestion.
Okay.
Speeches are run like large city open mics. Everyone gets 4 minutes and a light at 3 minutes.
That's not bad. I actually had a different idea.
Okay.
Tell me which one is better, because I'm not certain. Speeches should be run like ancient Greek debates, where everybody they put two people in the middle of a pit and they let them scream at each other until one passes out from exhaustion.
I think at this point, people getting married, just do what you want. If you prefer one or the other,
Very good. That falls into our
maybe a
basic
rap
do whatever
battle.
you want.
I could go rap battle.
Rap battle. That's not bad, dude. A wedding rap. I would say that's actually a good point. Do what you want, but do your best to understand your audience. And if you have a big audience and you know they're not going to get behind you on a lot of this, understand that you're going to force them to watch shit they don't care about. As long as you were like, fuck them, they showed up. As long as you're comfortable with that, sure.
Yeah.
It is your day. And if your day is fuck them, you know what? I respect that, to be honest. Don't cater to me. Fuck it. I showed up. I could have said no. And in most weddings, I should have said no.
Nope. Not going to say that.
Most weddings that I was just a guest at, should have said no.
Said no.
It's a said that if somebody says, "Hey, we're invited to Exo's wedding," and your response is, "Who?" Don't go. Don't go. You're not gonna have a good time. You're gonna be finding the three people who you have a connection with to bitch about the wedding. That's all you're gonna do. That's what most guests do. They just find the people who they are friends with. Like, well, this was a piece of shit.
Yeah, I've done that more than once.
That's what people do. They just bitch about weddings.
All right, pal. What do you think?
What did you learn?
I learned that you have to go all the way to Canada to catch COVID. I'm beginning to think that Canada's to blame.
They have to have done something wrong in the last, I don't know, how long have they been in country? 12 weeks?
They burnt down the White House at once.
Their money's blue. I gave the bartender a blue 20.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
They had to change the material that their money was made out of because not terribly recently, I'm not sure how long, let's say a couple of decades, they're making it out of something, maybe only a decade, where if you put it in the dryer, that fucker would melt. So people were melting their ducats constantly. And like, can we make this out of something else? Politely, because we're Canadians, because we're accidentally destroying our earnings as bartenders. Like, oh shit, yeah, we should probably do something about that. Yeah, please, we're stupid. But
we drink a lot.
I've run somebody through the wash. It just gets a little lighter. It don't fucking melt.
Yeah. And that's why America's the greatest country on the planet.
Incorrect. We should all be the same country. One nation. Under the atmosphere.
Under the flying spaghetti monster.
Under the flying spaghetti monster. I need to go to bed so bad.
Yeah, buddy. Hey, get well soon. I love you.
I'm sure I won't. It doesn't matter.
I'm never going to be right again.
I love you back.
The best part's about hanging out with these guys.
God damn it, son of a bitch, motherfucker.